I'm putting
Lourdes?
2013 on my veto. But
Lourdes, if you take a little time and talk about where and with whom should career guidance or planning outcomes be assigned?
Everyone. Everyone in the school has a responsibility for this. School counselors, the professional school counselors, definitely can take a leadership and an advocacy role to ensure that these programs are put in place, to have conversations with teachers, with principals about the value of focusing on career development and career education. But everyone in the school has to have a role. Some of the work that I've been doing in a school is working with teachers in providing lesson plans to students on career development, going from 6th to 12th grade. And one of the things that we found is that the activities and the interventions are important, but it's, as has been said before, it's those relationships. You cannot just offer an intervention and then that's it until next semester or next year or the next time that the counselor has an opportunity to provide services. We need to make sure that everyone is talking about and helping students understand the connection between what they're doing every day in their classes and their futures. As the example that my colleague gave, you know, teachers are with students a great deal of the time. They have an opportunity to really see what are the issues that are coming up. What are the difficulties that students are having? When a student submits an essay, what are the themes that seem to be emerging? That's an opportunity for the teacher to work with the school counselor to identify critical issues that can be addressed in a much more preventative way rather than waiting until that problem with this young individual, for example, who lost his grandmother, develops into a failing situation. So everyone in the school has to be responsible. Yes, the professional school counselor, I believe, through career development and a comprehensive school counseling program, has to basically set the tone, the model. But the school counselor, without the support of the administration, as has been said, is not going to be able to implement those kinds of programs. They're going to be distracted, pulled away for the emergencies, for the other tasks that need to be taken care of because of priority issues. The schools can be a very chaotic, crazy environment where so many things are going on, and it's very easy to lose focus on what really we're trying to accomplish in the long term. Working with an administration that understands that we're looking at the future and how we have to work towards the future helps put in place the type of programs and basically save and secure and sort of respect those programs so that counselors aren't being pulled away for other tasks. So definitely the administrators. As I said before, the teachers. Not only do the teachers spend so much time with the students and have these very powerful relationships, whether they're negative or positive, they're powerful relationships in terms of helping young people make the connections about why they're there, what they want to accomplish, what are the issues that they're dealing with. And teachers also have something else that they can do. As was mentioned here, they can make sure that they integrate into the curriculum, into what they're teaching, discussions about the world of work, discussions about careers, discussions about how is biology related to different types of occupations, how is math related to different types of occupations, what is the process that someone who wants to become a doctor, and that's one of the top categories that students tend to identify. They want to become a doctor, a lawyer, basically the top 10, you might say, that are on everyone's mind. We'll have discussions about, well, what does it take to do that? And how do we sort of prepare today academically so that in the future you will have those skills? Because it's not just about the aspirations, those are extremely powerful. They're definitely going to drive the students in terms of helping them take responsibility. But how do they understand that what they're doing today is going to be able to help them in the future? The school staff. In the school that I've been working with over the past 7 years, it is amazing in the narrative that the students share with us is that the support staff, the secretaries, are very important in terms of facilitating and helping them in terms of when we organize a career day, when we basically have visitors come to the school, when we have students. One of the things that we had done is have students attend a career day, but prior to the career day, they had the bios of the people that were coming to the school, and they had discussions in the classroom about questions that they'd want to ask. And then we organized it as a conference, so students had to identify the top 3 speakers that they wanted to attend. And working with the staff to sort of help them identify, well, based on their interests, which would be the best speakers. And those discussions with the staff, the support staff, who we might say, well, they're in the office doing more of the administrative work, those relationships really are very powerful for the students. Working with the parents. I cannot mention the countless times that I've heard professionals say, well, some parents don't care. Some parents, they don't come. They're not interested. And the reality is that, do we really understand what we're saying when we're saying parents don't come, parents don't care? In communities of low socioeconomic status, in communities of diversity, we are working with populations that parents are probably working 2 or 3 jobs to just put food on the table and a roof over people's heads. How can we connect with parents to really understand what they're dealing with and help them understand that what we're doing in terms of career guidance and education can be a path for them and their children out of the circumstances that they're in, so that they can work with their kids at home to whatever capacity to help them appreciate, respect, acknowledge, and value the education that they're getting, and help them take responsibility. How do we reach out to parents to help them understand the process? Well, parents don't understand. Well, why should they? They're not educators. They don't work in the school system. Why should they understand how we do business? What can we do to help parents understand how things work, understand how they can be a part of the process, how we can find out from them what are the concerns that they have in the issues, and provide them with information about pathways, information about financial aid, information about high schools and colleges that their students can apply to, their kids can apply to. So the parents are a very big component in this. And even when we're talking about parents who are working 2 or 3 jobs, racially, ethnically diverse parents who may be dealing with a lot of other types of structural barriers, structural complexity to their lives, the challenges they're facing, they all do care. Is their definition of caring, is their definition of what they can do the same as ours as educators? Probably not, but they do care. How can we make connections with them so that we're working together rather than what seems to me is sort of an opposition? It's them and then us in the school system. Community. The community, the people in your community, whether the work that I've been doing as a counselor educator with the school has been through a partnership with the school and the university. But we've also reached out to a lot of people in the community to come in and share their expertise. What opportunities are available in the community for our children to get exposure and experience about what is out there, what possibilities out there? How can we bring others into the school rather than approaching it as, okay, this is my task, this is what I need to do, and that's it? How do we open up so that we get collaboration and support from others? This is not one person's responsibility. This is not one professional title's responsibility. It is all of our responsibilities. And there are ways that we can work together and support each other. But we're not having those discussions, especially given the high-stakes testing and the need for accountability and accountability. Less and less time is being spent on establishing those personal connections and more on documenting, well, what did you do and how can you prove that it was successful? Yes, accountability has its place, but when accountability and the things that people need to do to demonstrate accountability take away from working with people, from working with kids and understanding them and developing those personal relationships, then we're not helping our kids. We're not helping them. Because, you know, as was said before, many times throughout this, I've heard the importance of having those relationships. And if we're looking at our students as basically numbers on a spreadsheet, who got 4s and who got 3s, and our focus is on how do we demonstrate that we're doing a good job, and do not put faces and life stories to those numbers, then we are not really helping the children that we're supposed to be helping. And we're not helping the families or the communities, and we're not helping ourselves, because in the future, these are the children that are going to be taking care of us, and we're not doing a good job.
Thank you, Lourdes.